everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Catherine again. Today I bring you back to my kitchen because you will be joining me together to organize my pantry. If you have watched my previous kitchen tour video, I also put a link right here. I've shown you how my pantry looked like, and you probably would wonder what is it to be organized because it looks pretty much neat and clean. That is because I've never shown you the right hand side, which is pretty much a disaster. Alright, first thing first, let's take out everything and clean the pantry. Before I went Organisers shopping, I measured up the space and more importantly, I had an idea about what I needed to store in this pantry. For us, the pantry is mainly used to store three categories of kitchen stuff. First, small appliances. Second, all dry ingredients. And third, all baking utensils. For small appliances, it's relatively straightforward. I just store them on the countertop within the pantry. To me, having an aesthetically appealing pantry means nothing to me unless it also serves us with convenience when grabbing stuff. Therefore, the key of having a functional storage system is to be able to see what I have, and they have to be clearly labeled and easily accessible without using a stool or ladder. Knowing this goal, now let's have a look at all the organizers that I've got. First is this clear food container. These are to store food like pasta, rice, oat, or anything that has to be sealed and kept dry. The beauty of this container is you can see what's inside from whichever angle, so it can be used for either cupboard or drawer storage. They have different heights and can be stacked together, makes it easier to save space if needed. Second is this double tier organizer. This one is a very good solution for vertical space optimization when you do have a tall cupboard but do not have that much tall stuff to store. Third is the drawer organizer. These organizers are perfect solutions. It has a straight angle from the side, which means you can put two or more organizers next to each other without gaps in between. They even come with this little clip which helps the organizers stay in place. Also, more importantly, the label printer. I wish I knew this earlier. I used to use sticky notes to mark what's inside. It does the job, however, label printer is way more convenient and also gives a consistent look to the pantry. So why not? My pantry has the same depth of a standard kitchen unit, 60 cm, which is considered deep storage for eye level and above. It is impossible for me to reach the very end of the top level without any assistance. So I decided to store all the items which I buy in big quantity up there. The approach is I hide the big package at the back and fill up the clear food container at the front with the ingredients inside the big package back there. Two benefits doing so. First, I can easily reach the container at the front without stepping on anything. Second, when the container is almost empty, I know the refills are just behind it, which saves me from reminding myself where the refills are. The middle level can be easily accessed without effort. What I needed to do is just to make sure I can see what's being stored at the back by creating a tiering system. The way I found it works for me is to use very tall jars to store things like linguine and spaghetti. Label them on the lid of the jar instead of on the body, so when looking from eye level, I can see what's in there without tipping my toes. Same principle applies for the food at the front. I used containers with different heights to optimize the space so all the labels can be seen easily. When transferring dry food from original packaging to containers, I would also try my best to keep the cooking instruction label if I can. It's super easy. I just cut it off from the package and put it inside the food container. When needed, I just turn the container over and you will see the cooking instructions. Same also applies for expiry dates. For food that is not used as often as pastas, I'd like to keep the expiry date as well for peace of mind. On the right hand side, I've got these stackable two-tier shelves previously. Now I'm just gonna put different baking flours there. Except for plain flour and cornstarch, which are used pretty often, I kept all other flours in their original packaging to save the hassle and money for containers. At the lower level, I kept some vitamins. At the front, I stored plain flour and cornstarch in containers which can be reached with ease when cooking. For the countertop level, I will still keep the small appliances here. We have installed socket at the back of the pantry as well. For mixers and toast machine, I won't take them out when using it. For rice cooker, however, because of the humidity, I do need to take it out when I cook rice to better preserve other food and the furniture within the pantry. On the right hand side of this level, which was a disaster before, is where I will make use of this two-tier organizer. We'd like to store our breakfast essentials and create a small tea corner. I put Nutella, honey on the top tier and tea bags in sachets on the lower tier. When grabbing a tea, of course you will fancy a piece of cookie or small dessert. I kept them together with tea bags. These cookies are not of the same flavor, however, it's difficult to tell without clear labels after a while. Here is a smart tip. When getting rid of the original packaging, cut off this part and insert as a folder divider to tell which flavor it is. Apart from these tea sachets, we also have tea bags that are just on their own. For those, I prefer keeping them in these coffee containers and label them up. I think the cardboard part is almost done. Look at that. This is such a meditation. And compared to before, it is so much more organized. What do you think? Oh, however, don't forget we still have the drawers down below to organize. For baking utensils, this is how it looked like before. I'm quite tired of this big container. Everything is stacked on each other. I needed to remove and replace stuff when I look for a specific tool. Now I will use this drawer organizer to divide the space. These drawer organizers are quite good. As I said before, it also comes with this clip which helps you to keep 2 or more containers together. And now it is the trial and error time. Ta-da! There we are! Cake tins, silicone baking mat, ladles, spatula, mold, hand mixer, and so on. It is so much more organized. Finally is the bottom drawer where I store again dry ingredient but with smaller quantity and less frequently used. Remember the clear containers I bought? These two sizes can be stacked together and the overall height works perfectly for this drawer. I did measure up my drawer and calculate the height to see if the stacked container would work in here. You are also recommended to do so if you don't want to waste time and money. For sugars, I got these jars from IKEA. They're amazing, super airtight, even though it hasn't got a clear lid. But with the help of my label printer, they can be clearly marked with different types of sugar. Oh my god, the next containers are a bit DIY. Have you guys ever used the Bonne jam jar as a container? These are my go-to containers previously before I start buying food containers. They have a wide opening which is ideal for storing small quantity ingredients. The only drawback is the non-transparent lid, which is not drawer-friendly. However, this can be easily compensated with labels. Look at these. The Bonne jars did contribute to the neat look of this drawer. For the rest of the space in this drawer, I just try my best to make it as tidy as possible using these dividers to categorize different ingredients. Organizing a pantry is not difficult, but it does take a bit of time and energy. I completely underestimated the work and thought I could get it done within 2 hours. However, it took me a day to do so. Top 3 tips I would like to mention again. First of all, measure up the space before you go shopping for containers and organizers. Second, know what you will store in there. Third, get a label printer to help you if you want the next level tidiness. Apart from the tips, remember, organizing a space enables us to live our life more efficiently by saving time and not buying duplicated stuff that we've already got. It is definitely worth the time and effort. Oh yeah, we're finally done. Thank you guys so much for staying with me organizing my pantry. If you want to know more about my house renovation, home decoration, and some tips and tricks that can help you organize your beautiful home better, don't forget to hit that subscription button before you go. Okay, I upload video every Friday at 7 PM, so I'll see you next week. Bye bye!